Hey guys, Jay here, welcome to Eons of Battle. In this video I want to show you 3 tools all hobbyists should own. With these you can achieve even tricky paint jobs like this AAT tank simply and easily. A list of tools can be found in the description below. First things first, it needed a prime job. I broke it into its parts and then gave it a prime with my airbrush and some Vallejo gray primer, but you could easily do this with a rattle can. Now the tricky question is a blue base coat or gray. The tank will mostly be blue, but I think gray will actually be what I want. It's important to think of all the steps in order so that you don't have to repeat any colors. I gave everything 2 thin coats of gray and let it dry. Now it was time to build a template. This foot is all blue except for 2 small triangle shapes, so I traced the bottom and then took a pencil and guesstimated on those triangles, and then I cut out my template. I checked it and it looked okay. If there was anything to fix, I would just build a new one. Now it was time to build my sticky template. I took some painter's tape, which everyone should have, and I layered them down so that they were overlapping each other in one direction. Then I traced my template, and I need 2 mirroring pieces, and that's why a paper template is perfect. I can physically flip it and then retrace it to get the right and left. I cut out my templates, and if I pull the tape in the opposite direction of the overlap, they'll pull away nicely. I stuck this down to the model, and the parts that will remain gray are safely hidden underneath the painter's tape. I got out my second color blue and sprayed it on. When working with templates, it's important not to let the paint get watery. If it's too wet, it can seep underneath the template. Many thin coats are best for this work. As you can see, it worked out great. On the nose looking section, I decided it was too finicky to mask. I did it all with a brush, but the entire back half is blue and I don't feel like using a brush for all of it. The airbrush will be quicker and cleaner, so I brought out some silly putty and masked all the gray in the front of the tank. Now my careful brushwork is protected and the rest is ready for airbrushing. Silly putty is great stuff because it's dry to the touch and will not harm even fresh paint. Another great tool for the toolbox. As I tear away the silly putty, you can see it did a perfect job of protecting the gray. Now lastly, I need to make the template for the droid symbol, and I need it to hold up, so I took out a sheet of tin. I measured out how big I wanted the symbol, and luckily it's fairly simple. I used a Sharpie to draw it, and then I very carefully cut it out with my hobby knife. I apply light, even pressure, about 3 cuts will make it through the metal. Now with my template, I simply held it down and airbrushed the blue on top. Now, this doesn't have the perfect seal like the silly putty or tape, so it's very important to spray from only one direction straight down, so that there's no overspray happening underneath the template. And there, as you can see, it worked like a charm, and because I used the same template, the 2 symbols are identical. And there you have a tricky paint scheme achieved with minimal effort thanks to some cheap, simple tools. We make tutorials like these every single week, and if you find them helpful, you might consider supporting us over on Patreon. Over there, you'll gain access to some behind the scenes, hobby hangouts, terrain STLs, and more exclusive content. Now that you know all about masking, your airbrush might need a clean. Check out this video on how to clean your airbrush in 2 minutes. Find that video and lots more like it on our beginner playlist. But that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching.